Song for Helen Suzman. Nothing happens until something does. Everything remains just as it was, and all you hear is the distant buzz of nothing happening till something does. A lot of small hands in a monstrous hall can make the air vibrate and even shake the wall. A voice can break a plate or glass, and one plate feathered tip on a balance of a sinking ship. It's the very same tune that has been sung time and again by those whose heavy fate has hung on the weight that they oppose, the weight by which are crushed the broken voices of the hushed. But give certain people a place to stand, a level, a fulcrum, a weight. However, the small hand, the object however great, it is possible to prove that even earth may be made to move. Nothing happens until something does, and hands, however small, fill the air so the buzz of the broken fills the hall. As levelers and fulcrums shift, and the heart like a weight begins to lift, nothing happens until something does. Everything remains just as it was, and all you hear is the distant buzz of nothing happening, then something does.
Go.
The author says and repeats the words nothing, nothing, and something does, and something does. But when it says nothing happens until something does, that tells us that you need to put in effort, and actually nothing happens until you put in effort. And also, it says, and all you hear in the distance is a buzz. When we hear the word buzz, we think of an irritating sound, like a mosquito or a fly or, yeah. And then, in the distance buzz, you think that the word distant shows that it's lonely and alone. And
in the second stanza, you can see that war and whore rhyme. And also in the first line, it says a lot of and small, and this is a juxtaposition. So basically, the words have the opposite meaning, but together they make sense. When it says one pale feather tip on the balance on a sinking ship, feather and ship, they're different things, and because one is light, these are different because one is light and then the other one is heavy. So together they make sense. In this in the second half of the stanza, the words almost act like as if the person was drowning in their own words. But like glass and voice, they both have a sense of sharpness. The pen isn't working. But that is fine. You can stop there. Also, these words, as in a voice can break a plate or a glass, and one pale feather tip on a balance on a sinking ship, they all have a big impact. Thank you.
Go.
In the third stanza, the word sung means that this happened to a lot of people before and they know how you feel. But the word heavy can link with the ship because the ships are really heavy. And as well, this rhymes. This doesn't. But oh, there we go.
Go.
Sung and hung, as it rhymes as well. And broken voices, which represent the people that we were talking about.
And emptiness.
And emptiness. And
hushed means they were kept silent.
why?
Can I just act?
And broken voices as well links with the voices that can break the plate.
it can also mean that people were kept silent and they were not allowed to say what they really felt. So, but certain people are placed to stand a level of welcome or weight, however small hand. It can mean that this whole stanza, it can mean that all people of every kind came together and brought each other up. It's not a word! So all people came together and basically they brought each other up. And also, in the word, the earth may be made to move, it can also mean that small things can change, big things also can change. Big and small things can change through time. Change. And also, even though small impacts, people don't see the real consequences behind it, it can leave a huge impact. Leave a huge impact to everyone around the world. And the word a level shows that different statuses of people. Different statuses of people. Different statuses of people and yeah. And how the more like richer kind of people will like make an impact, but then the lesser ones, they wouldn't want to speak out about it. And also, again, it talks about weight, which then links the heavy and ship and the feather. And also, it says, however small a hand, the object, however great, is possible to prove. Again, linking to the point here, everything can be resolved. Everything can be resolved. And it is possible to prove your point.
The last stanza is, nothing happens until something does. Everything remains just as it was, and all you hear in the distance buzz, for nothing happened, then something does. Oops. This can just show us that everything has come to justice and that everything is alright. Kind of like how this world is seen. And then again, this whole section is repeated from the beginning. Also, again, repeating the word buzz, as in it may have come to justice, but the problem is still there. So it kind of represents evilness and negativity. And that is all we see in this poem.